This is Azinga Sports.
So finally, Kwadwo Asamoah, former Ghana international, and his partner Massimiliano Tariconi have partnered Juventus, the Italian giant, to open an academy in Ghana. And a lot of people have been asking questions with regards to how to get recruited or the awards into the academy. And I'll be here to serve you some few pointers on how to get your son or daughter into the Juventus Academy in Ghana that has officially been launched by Kwadwo Asamoah. And here are some of the few steps to take if you would want to be recruited into the academy or want your ward to be recruited into the academy. Finally, we have Juventus Academy in Ghana, and this is your chance and luck to get into the team. Here are some few outlines or guidelines to help you if you want your ward or if you are a player and you want to get into the Juventus Academy in Ghana. First of all, the academy was launched officially on the 27th of October 2023 here in Accra, and was officially unveiled by Kwadwo Asamoah, former Ghana international who played for Juventus for 6 years alongside Massimiliano Tariconi. And they maintained that there are 4 coaches currently who have been hired to take charge of the Juventus Academy in Ghana. They will have 4 in-house coaches, and they have partnered the Ministry of Education. That's very exciting about it. They are doing this in conjunction with the Ministry of Education to have players stay in-house, play football, as well as carry on with their education. And one most fundamental thing about the Juventus Academy is that they have classrooms available here, and each classroom will contain around 20 to 30 players, and they have around 8 classrooms. So you can imagine the academy, maybe for the first batch of it, will have around 80 to 100 players per what has been said. So the estimation is that they have classrooms available, 8 classrooms, each of them capable of containing around 20 to 30 players. And one thing to also note about the academy is that thankfully it will be a mixed gender academy, not for only boys. It's also about girls. Girls football is on the rise. The Black Queens, the Black Meteors, Black Stars, and all these teams will be fed. So if you have a ward who is a female and would want to get recruited into the Juventus Academy, this is the opportunity. It is a mixed gender academy, boys and girls, all of them will be housed here at the center of Accra. And most importantly also to take note that they will be recruiting players aged 6 to 18 and then perhaps to 20. So if you have a player who is as young as 8 years, they will be looking forward to welcoming the player into their fold. Whilst they take their education, they play football alongside. So ages from 6 to 18, that will be the age range for the recruitment of players into the Juventus Academy in Ghana. Also, they will play this is the most important part. They will play Justify Your Inclusion. The date will be announced where players from across Ghana and across Africa will be welcomed here on this pitch to try it out, to get selected, to be watched by all the coaches around, and to pick the first batch of the team. So SMAC Football Center here in Accra will be the center or the venue where the first Justify Your Inclusion into the Juventus Academy will be held, and all the players will have the opportunity of kicking the ball for the coaches to assess them, and after the assessment, select the best out of them to be housed here and camped to start with the Juventus Football Academy. The date for the Justify will be announced if you follow the platforms of SMAC Football Center.
This is Azinga Sports.
Academy Ghana on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. The date will be announced officially. Do not be hoodwinked. Do not be convinced. Do not be tricked by anyone into paying money to be recruited. It will be free of charge, FOC. You just have to come to the SMAC Center behind Accra Mall. When the date is announced, the coaches will watch you, you pick your card. It will be free of charge. Talking about the recruitment and they justify your inclusion. They will also have scouts. Even after they justify your inclusion, if you do not have the opportunity of traveling to join them on that particular day when the justify will be done, you still have an opportunity. They will hire scouts across Ghana and, of course, like Kojo Asamoah mentioned, across Africa, for the players across Ghana, across Africa, West Africa, to have opportunity. The scouts will be traveling around the country and even outside the country to be monitoring players, to be looking through other teams, to be selecting players based on their performances, and most particularly the kind of players that they require in the academy. It wouldn't be about skills, it wouldn't be about dribbling, it wouldn't be about being the hard tackler, but by the pattern of play and the philosophy that they would want to adopt into the Juventus academy. And like I mentioned earlier, this is in sync with Juventus. So everything that will be done here, from sponsorship to training facilities, they are doing this to in line with what Juventus Academy has outlined for them across the world, all the academies. This is the type of football, the brand of football that Juventus will be playing, and that is exactly what the Juventus Academy in Ghana will be taking to, or will be following suit, and that will be no different. So if you are a player, you get selected, this is the philosophy that you have to follow into the academy. Thankfully also, latest by the end of the year 2023, the first batch of Juventus Academy players will be recruited and will start from here, will be housed, will be schooling from here as well, and they will play football. A lot of you have been asking, are they playing in the Juventus Academy in Ghana to get selected into the Juventus team in Italy, and how? Well, that's been answered. It's been answered because all the over 50 academies of Juventus across the world, Juventus Academy Indonesia, Juventus Academy Morocco, Juventus Academy Singapore, Juventus Academy South Africa, and elsewhere, will gather annually to play a competitive tournament, either in Italy or anywhere, and the best players out of it will be selected into the junior teams of Juventus. And this is where the Ghana Juventus Academy will have an opportunity to travel to also partake in this tournament, and the best out of them will be selected. We'll be having the next Kojo Asamoah or Sule Ali Muntari or Asamoah Jans from the Juventus Academy. So how do they get recruited, or how do they transition from Ghana to the Juventus team in Italy? Simple. Every year there will be twice. I'm talking about justify your inclusion or competition organized for all the academies of Juventus across the world. And if they need a particular player in the position, that is the opportunity for them to be watched, and the scouts of Juventus will just select these players into the team. That is what I've been told. And so giving you an outline, very easy, the competition that will be organized here when the date is announced will kickstart the first batch of the Juventus Academy Ghana, and it will be held at the SMAC Center behind Accra Mall. The date will be communicated. So this is an opportunity for you. Do not be tricked. Do not be under the scheme of scammers. Do not pay money to anybody because you want to get your ward recruited into the Juventus Academy Ghana. I've given you the outline easily, and thanks to Kojo Asamoah, this is an opportunity, just like Ajax did for Wafa some time back, just like Feyenoord opened the doors for a lot of talents in this country to get their professional football started. This is also an opportunity. Right to Dream has done it. Kojo Asamoah and Massimo Tariconi have partnered Juventus. It's a big opportunity. I will be glad to have my ward recruited into the Juventus Academy. It will be the beginning of many good things to come.